History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. We brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
On this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. This hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their family's permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity, right now.
When people hear Till Valhalla Project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide, or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom, two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
One, two, three. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way.
The goal at any given race is, of course, to win, and CrowdStrike, AWS, and DXDT were fortunate to achieve championship-winning results in 2020. We're extremely proud to be partnering with Operation Motorsport through our racing initiatives. Their program seeks to place military veterans in various positions inside a real racing team. The experience aids in their retraining, recovery, and rehabilitation.
So my name is Chad Failing. I'm a staff sergeant retired out of the United States Army. I am with Kevin Boehm under DXDT. You're getting creative. You're getting taught to think outside of the box.
We couldn't be more proud to be affiliated with this great program. In the spirit of giving back to the community and creating meaningful opportunities, we are committed to building a diverse motorsports platform with the amazing men and women who have served our country.
We are back with Top Tier Racing League. We are here for the Eldora Million. This is the MCRR Railroad Million. So we're going to be running 100 laps tonight. Like to welcome Clayton into the booth. Clayton, good evening, sir. What are you looking for tonight?
Hey, how you doing, Bill? Looking. This is Joe. I apologize. Looking
No
for
worries.
honestly, who's gonna be able to run the track when it slicks off? You know, Eldora becomes very two lane. The middle will wear out very, very fast this evening, and we're gonna see who's comfortable against the wall and who's comfortable against the wall down on the bottom. There's not gonna be a middle about halfway through this race, and we'll just see whose setup prevails towards the end and who's able to keep these supers under control in slick conditions once we get to the big show at the end of the night.
Yeah, man, 100 laps, $500 on the line. Again, brought to you by MCRR Railroad. Man, that's a huge payout. Greatly appreciate those folks for jumping on board. Dylan Hauser in the House of Speed tonight, given the hard charger and the pole award. So we're looking forward to that. We're looking to jump to qualifying here anytime. So the cars are currently out on the track. We are following along with the number 2 car of Dylan Hauser from the House of Speed out on track, currently at the top of the board. Let me bring that up real quick. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. If you're out there and you're tuning in, greatly appreciated. This is Got Your Six Racing Network. As always, we are streaming for awareness of veterans issues. 22 veterans a day take their own lives, which is 22 too many. Throughout the night, you'll notice we do play promo videos from organizations out there doing great things for our veterans. We're trying to lower that number to 0. If you can donate, please do so. If not, if you know a veteran out there, maybe you haven't heard from them in a while, please reach out. Show them some love. Let them know you're thinking about them. You never know, that conversation may actually save a life. So we're getting ready to go qualifying here momentarily. We are still in a practice session. We have switched over. We're about to go qualifying. We will follow along. Again, welcome to Got Your Six Racing Network and the Top Tier Racing League. We'll follow the first car that comes out on the track. In the booth with me tonight, Clayton Hack, active duty Navy member. Clayton, thank you for your service to our country, sir. And welcome to the booth. Looking forward to tonight. We'll follow along with the 515. That's Chris Cox, driver out of Des Moines, Iowa, out on track here at Eldora.
Right, and you see Chris Cox. Chris Cox able to work that middle right now. We're not going to be able to see that, as I mentioned, about a quarter to a halfway through this feature. So it's good that these guys are able to at least put down some qualifying laps down there, and maybe who knows, by the first 25 or so, maybe they may still have that lane. But Chris Cox going all the way up to the wall here for lap 2 of his qualifying run right now.
Dylan Hauser at the top of the board with a 15.269. Gavin Chatham in P2. We'll follow along with Rick Gibson in the 38 machine. He's currently 4th quick with a 15.468. Michael Vitale in the 213, prior Air Force member. Michael, thank you for your service to our nation, sir. In the 213, coming off a turn forward, looking for the flag stand. Michael not looking forward to tonight in a pro late model, but he's giving it a go.
Yeah, Mikey's. We've had some conversations with Mikey throughout the week. He pretty much called his shot for last place, but I got some faith in old Mikey. He's a very consistent guy. Almost anything when it comes to dirt, you give him about 10, 15 laps in it, and he's got it down pack, and he looks like a pro. So don't let him fool you with the false confidence that he's not showing right now. He will be able to get the hang of this thing and, maybe make a run up through the field.
8th quick currently, Grant Wesley in that 88 machine. Driver out of Evansville, Indiana, out on track. We saw the 88 move up through the field. This is open setup pro late models. They are not fixed setup machines, so setups will play a role. Grant Wesley currently 9th quick, 15.757. Currently 9th quick. Let's see if he can improve. Coming off of turn 4 on the bottom side is the 88 of Grant Wesley. Moves up to 5th quick for Wesley. That will round out qualifying. Dylan Hauser in P1. Ryan Stillwell P2. Gavin Chatham, Rick Gibson, Grant Wesley are your top 5.
Yeah, Dylan Hauser in that 2 car. He's definitely proven that he himself is the house of speed when it comes to anything dirt. I've seen his name on top of a lot of leaderboards throughout this last year and a half or so in broadcasting and being in the sim. So definitely not a surprise to see him up there. We'll see if anybody's got anything for him here tonight.
So it looks like we'll have 2 heat races, Clayton, and then we'll go into a 100-lap finale. Talk about the payout here tonight.
Yeah, so thanks to MSRCC Railroad, they brought on a $500 sponsor. The top 5 tonight is, if you let me pull up my notes here, they are going to be taking home $200 to the leader, $150 to second place, $75 to third, $50 to P4, and $25 to the last and final top 5 member in P5.
So there you go. That's a $500 payout brought to you by MCRR Railroad tonight. So greatly appreciate those folks for coming on board. If you're out there, you want a part of Top Tier Racing League, if you get an invite, please accept that invite. They have special events. Talk to us a little bit about the special events versus a regular week. How often and how does that work?
So we have a Crown Jewel event, one of the special money races that we're doing throughout the season every 3rd week. So we started with Bristol and Cedar Lake. Those were just 2 of our weeklies running for points. And then every 3rd week, just to get the guys, involved, possibly bring in more people, give the guys a quick reset, not having to worry about points tonight. Everybody can just relax and run a fun race, like the ones they watch on TV. We have 2 weeks back to points racing next Tuesday and the following. And then after that, we go to the Chili Bowl and the Dirt Midget. So just a quick kind of a reset. Everybody could just come, have some fun, run for some good money, and not have to worry and stress about making all 3 races for points and stuff like that. And really branch out from the 3 series of cars that we run, being the street stocks, the big block modifieds, and the pro late models. We're going to switch it up a little bit. We've got, as we see tonight, super late models. The Chili Bowl will be the Dirt Midget. We have the Knoxville Nationals coming up. That will be a 2-race deal of super late models and the 410 sprint car. And then I believe the other 2 towards the end of the season are super late models as well. So definitely getting these guys in some seats of some different styles of cars.
Yeah, man, dig it. Every week pays out. Tonight, Heat 1 is on the grid. Dylan Hauser on the pole, followed by Gavin Chatham to his outside. Grant Wesley, Billy Roberts in row 2, and Chris Cox will round out your field of 5 drivers. That you guys pay every week, man, is that's something else. And as you and I talked in a previous conversation, I like it so much I think we may copy that. So that is not very common on iRacing, that just like in real life, each week you get a payout here at Top Tier Race Control. So, man, greatly I thank you for coming up with that, and I really like that idea.
Absolutely. I'm going to make a quick pre-race announcement here for the guys in just a second. Got to pull up my little intro here that I got for them just to make sure.
We are going to keep race comms clear. Leader, you will set the pace and start the race. If you jump by any reason, it'll result in a caution and an EOL to whoever jumped. Leader, you do get lane choice. Please hold your pace until going green. Anybody involved in a caution tonight, even if it's multiple cars, if deemed necessary, you will receive an EOL. No self-spinning or stopping for any reason. Lucky dog all the way up until 10 to go. The feature tonight, 2 incidents is a DQ. Intentional contact is a 1-week suspension. There is 30 minutes after the race to review. Good luck, guys.
Green flag is out. We are underway. Dylan Hauser jumps out to a big lead. Grant Wesley in that 88 machine is P2. Chris Cox is battling for that second position. 515 wants up there. Billy Roberts dives it down low. Gets underneath Gavin Chatham in the 24 machine. Chatham, this is his first race. Looks like he's gotten into the wall there with that rear spoiler bent up a little bit. Dylan Hauser at the front of the field. Wesley in P2. Hauser with almost a second gap already over Wesley. Billy Roberts running that low line. Chris Cox kind of picking and choosing on which he goes with here between the 88 and the 99.
Absolutely. And Grant Wesley, we saw last week making the charges through the field. We'll see if he'll be able to put anything together for Dylan Hauser. And Dylan Hauser's got a lot of big money events that he has been able to secure out with wins and such. So really, it's just going to be a who's got something for Dylan type of night, and it's going to be exciting to see what these guys got.
Yeah, man, we are nose to tail here early. Gavin Chatham at the back of the field. Looks like the 24 is going to shut it down. On lap 6 of 8, Hauser into the outside wall. He looks like he's riding that outside wall a little bit. Grant Wesley in P2. Billy Roberts in P3. Roberts into the outside wall. That will open the door for the 515 of Chris Cox, a driver out of Des Moines, Iowa. We'll move up in P3. Billy Roberts back to P4.
Absolutely, and Dylan has just checked out from the 88 of Grant Wesley, almost building up a 2.5 lead here, only in 8 laps. Looking like the high side is already starting to fall off as he gets up there, especially exiting turn 2. You're seeing the right rear pretty damaged up there. He's clipped the wall quite a few times, so definitely going to be interesting to see as we get on further into the night, you know, where the guys have to go to find traction, because it appears to already be going away from the top side.
That moves us on to Heat 2. Dylan Hauser wins Heat number 1. Ryan Stillwell, Rick Gibson on the front row. Logan Herbert, Jake Henry in row 2. Michael Vitale in row number 3. Now, I'm typically used to seeing that inside work early here, but it looks like all these guys, Clayton, went up high early. So, yeah, I'm not sure what to expect here. Ryan Stillwell on the front row, Rick Gibson. What are you looking for in this heat race?
I'm looking to see what the new guy, Rick Gibson, can do here. You know, he was brought on board by a fellow admin, and we sent him an invite, so we'll see what he's got here. Ryan Stillwell has been very fast in practice. So we'll see what these guys can do. Again, with the top being gone almost already, as if it's looking like that. We'll see where they can go and find speed here.
Yeah, man, I'm looking at the track. It doesn't look like if you want to run the top, you're going to have to go way high. It looks like the bottom is still there, however. So Gibson, as Clayton talked about, will start on the outside of row number 1. Jake Henry in that 171 machine will start on the outside of row number 2.
Right, and Logan Herbert back in P3 for this heat race. Logan Herbert is another kid that seems almost anything he can get in, he can be fast very quick. So we'll see if he can pick up a few spots here during this heat race. See if he can't get himself a better position for the feature.
Yeah, man, my vote is for the 213 of Michael Vitale, a fellow Air Force member. He's going to drive that 213 from the back of the field. Green flag is out. We are underway. Ryan Stillwell with a great start. Logan Herbert follows along. 38 car dives down low. Herbert on the outside. Gibson on the bottom. The 9 car kind of diamonding the corner there, not leaving any room for anybody to do anything underneath that 9 car. Now the 611 will dive underneath the 38, trying to get that bottom side to work side by side.
Right, and Logan Herbert, as we saw, passed for second before the stripe, so I'm kind of curious as if he got a black flag for that. If so, he'll be finishing the heat race, and it'll send him back to the end of the line here. So we'll see. I haven't heard him call out anything over the radio yet, but that is one of the rules in this league. No jumping before the start. You are to maintain position. So we'll see where it finishes for him at the end of this race.
Yeah, Clayton is a part of Top Tier Race Control, so you'll hear Clayton talking with the drivers throughout the night. We're going to concentrate back here. Jake Henry and Michael Vitale were battling it out side by side. That was probably the best race on the track, as Ryan Stillwell up front starting to check out a little bit. The 38, the newcomer, Rick Gibson, trying to give that 38 or that 09 a run for his money. Logan Herbert has fallen back to P3. Now it looks like they've moved down to the bottom side, kind of running a slider-ish line there, Clayton.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well. And the battle between Michael Vitale and Jason Henry back there, you know, those are teammates for Outlaw Racing. So it's cool to see that they're able to run like that and not take each other out. Again, we had a discussion last week about the same thing, you know, watching teammates that have talent that are able to lean on each other, but know that, you know, to be smart enough and not wreck each other. So it's cool to see.
Yeah, man, 1 lap to go. Coming to the checkered flag, Ryan Stillwell. 2 corners to go. Coming off at turn 4. It will be the 09 for the heat win, followed by Gibson, Herbert, Henry, and Michael Vitale. We will have 2 minutes of warm-up, ladies and gentlemen, so we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. That just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back. Dylan Hauser at the top of the board with a 15.688. Let's see. His best is 15.63. So Dylan Hauser still at the top of the board. Grant Wesley in P2 in warm-ups. We're getting ready to go 100 laps for $500, brought to you by MCRR Railroad. So here we go, man. We're getting ready to get it done here. Rick Gibson will start on the pole, followed by Grant Wesley to his outside. Ryan Stillwell, Dylan Hauser in row number 2. Chris Cox, Logan Herbert in 3. Billy Roberts, Jake Henry in row number 4. Gavin Chatham, Michael Vitale in row number 5. That rounds out your field of 10 drivers. Clayton, who you got?
I am going to go. I'm going to go to the outside. I'm going to go with Grant Wesley. Something tells me Grant's going to be able to, you know, maybe save the first half and charge the second half. I've got Grant Wesley coming through. He's shown time and time again that when it comes to clutch-like moments and needing that extra bit of speed, that extra bit of confidence, Grant has been the one to show it.
So I'm going to take the easy pick here. I'm going to go with that 2 car on the outside of row number 2. They do invert the top 2 rows. So the 2 car should have, is that correct, Clayton?
Yes, top 4 inverted, so Dylan Hauser to 4th, Stillwell to 3rd, and then Grant Wesley and Rick Gibson making up P2 and P1 on the front row.
Yeah, I got to go with the number 2 car. I want to vote for my brother from Evansville, Indiana, but I think the 2 car is going to be too much. Where is Chris Cox in the 515? He's starting on the inside of row number 3, so Chris Cox is going to be hard to beat. Well, we're getting ready to go 100 laps to settle this. Do caution laps count in this race?
They do not. This is 100 green flag laps.
So we're getting ready to go green. Pace truck should exit this time by, leaving the field to the newcomer. That is the 38 car of Rick Gibson. Rick Gibson is off. The 88 car gets off in front of the 2. That is Dylan Hauser. 88 trying the top side. Dylan Hauser running the middle. He's got the 9 car of Stillwell down low. Now Hauser's going to slide up behind the 88. Got plenty of time to get to the front. Not sure how hard these guys will race. Rick Gibson running the bottom side here at Eldora.
Yeah, and you saw Ryan Stillwell almost seemed as if he was falling asleep on that restart, but good to see that he was at least able to keep 4th. I know he probably would have wanted a little bit better run into turn 1 when they took the green, but seeing that he's able to maintain 4th, we'll see if he can't gather it back up and pick up a few spots here and get that car to the front.
These are some top quality drivers. As you can tell, they're running 3 wide through the corners here. Ryan Stillwell in P4, Logan Herbert in the 611 in P5. Chris Cox in the 515. The driver out of Des Moines, Iowa is in P6. Billy Robert, owner-operator of Gears Unlimited in that 99 machine, is currently in P7. Jake Henry. Now Michael Vitale's getting a little racy back there. Thought about taking it multiple wide. Falls in line behind his teammate, the 171 of Jake Henry, Gavin Chatham. Gavin Chatham will tell you he's a sprint car driver. However, he has won a late model race in Friday Night Lights. That takes you through the field up front. Gibson is about to give the lead away to the number 2 car of Dylan Hauser. Dylan Hauser on the high side. Looks like the bottom side is going away. We will caution.
We've got a spin on the back stretch.
Michael Vitale in the 213 car. Let's take a look at what happened to Michael here. He is currently running at the rear of the field. Goes down low. Makes contact with his teammate. Both cars around. That'll be an interesting conversation in the team meeting.
Yeah, from a race controller's standpoint, you see Michael lose the bottom and slide up. Initially, you would think the 213 receives an EOL for that one all day long, but then you watch, you rewind it and watch it a few more times, and you notice Jason Henry in the 171 loses the top and slides down. So that will be a 2-car incident. Both of them will go to the back for that one, and we will re-rack them and get fired away again here.
There you have it. Unlike most broadcasts, we do have race control in the broadcast booth tonight. So Clayton making the call. Both cars heading to the back of the field on lap 7 of 100.
And Mikey's on pit road, so he's got some heavy damage there, it looks like.
Do you have resets in this in top tier racing league?
As far as a fast repair, there is none for the crown jewels, with them being long distance races and caution laps not counting. We'll see and hope if he can make it out. If not, we do have Lucky Dog. So if there is another caution, Michael will be the first one to receive it.
That looks like he's not moving off the pit road. He may be done. I'm not sure. But Dylan Hauser at the front of the field. Green flag is out. He's got Rick Gibson to his outside in that 38 machine. We will do our version of Turn It Up as the Pro Late Models run here at Eldora. Dylan Hauser still at the front of the field as we are approaching lap 13. Dylan Hauser followed by Grant Wesley. That's your pick, Clayton. He is moving up to the rear bumper of that 2 car. Will Grant Wesley have anything for the 2 car here? The 611 now. Logan Herbert has moved up 3 positions from the start. He got by Rick Gibson in that 38 machine.
Yeah, and I'd love with Mikey sitting on pit road, I'd love to bring him in and take his see if we can get his standpoint on that incident.
If you can pull him in, we will chat with him. Up front, we're riding along with Grant Wesley, currently running P2 in that 88 machine.
Hey, Mikey, it's Clayton in the broadcast booth. You got us?
I got you, Clayton.
Hey, buddy. What do you think about that incident between you and the 171 there?
Yeah, I got into him. He came down a little bit. I was coming up, kind of just met in the middle. But I pulled out. You ain't gonna believe this, Clayton, but I forgot to change my setup, so I ran out of fuel.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That is not good to hear for the 213 car out of fuel there, Joe.
Yeah, rookie mistake.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a rookie mistake, my brother. I've been there. I have run out of fuel on a feature race. Man, so I think you jinxed yourself from the beginning when you said the 213 would finish last. I think you must have placed that bet in Vegas, my brother.
Oh, no doubt. I doubled down on it, buddy.
So what are you looking for? You were out on track. Who looks quick to you from out there?
Well, looking at it right now, watching the race, I mean, obviously Dylan's out there out in front, but I think Gibson's got something, it's a long race. Anything could happen.
Yeah, we're only on lap 20 of 100, so I'm not
Logan Herbert in the wall off of 2 collected Ryan Stillwell there. They were able to save it and keep going, but that was some hard contact for the 611 there.
Yeah, you can see the right side of that car bent up a little bit there, Clayton, as we were talking. 100-lap race, Michael. You're more versed at setups here on dirt late models than myself. How much does that change throughout the race?
Oh, it's all going to come down to throttle control towards the race. As this track slicks off, it's going to be all throttle.
As you see, Billy Roberts putting the pressure on the 515. He's battling it out with Chris Cox and Logan Herbert in that 611. Looks like Billy Roberts in that 99 car is running the bottom side. Gavin Chatham in the back of the field. Jake Henry, your teammate Michael, went back out on track. 171 still giving it a go. Up front, Dylan Hauser over a almost 2-second gap between himself and Grant Wesley. Will Wesley need a caution flag to get caught back up here late race, fellas?
And
yeah,
Michael,
I don't know.
Michael,
I tell you, Grant's not a sleeper. He's a good driver, and he's right there. He's hanging with him. And like I said, only a quarter of the way through the race, so anything could happen.
Michael, I mentioned to Joe before this feature kicked off tonight with the top how it is going to fall off bad, and I just wanted your take as far as where you thought the traction was, only being a quarter of the way through the race. Where were you finding bite?
Well, I was finding bite middle to the top, definitely. Early in the race, but like you said, as this track wears off, that bottom is going to play a factor as that wall starts to reach out and grab some guys.
Yeah, we're seeing it now as Dylan Hauser, our leader, has a little bit of right rear damage. He's definitely been able to give it a couple love taps for sure. We see almost through the whole field, everybody's running some right rear damage. So Grant Wesley appears, Joe, to be the only one I see, and Billy Roberts. Billy Roberts has been making the bottom work the whole time. It could be not working right now, but like Mikey said, as the bottom comes into factor, further into this race, we'll see if the 99 can tally up a run and get up to the front.
Yeah, those cars running the bottom, both Billy Roberts and Grant Wesley. Wesley is still on the top, so he's dinged that rear spoiler a little bit. We'll see how much effect that has on the car as this track wears out. That band of slick is getting darker and darker on that top side, fellas. So Dylan Hauser is still up top. We'll follow along with your leader here as he is running the middle in 3 and 4. So he's starting to creep down to the bottom.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
see. Rick is definitely going down there as well.
Absolutely. And Mikey, while we got you in here, man, is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight?
I want to thank Billy Roberts there with Gears Unlimited. My wife for letting me do this. You know, she puts up with a lot of patience getting me out here. Everybody at the Vitality Motorsports racing team there. You guys for top tier taking care of this. Joe, you broadcast and everything you bring to the sim world. Appreciate everything you do. And can't forget my Rhino boys there. Got my Rhino racing boys out there as well.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is the 213 of Michael Vitale. Got caught up in a little bit of an incident early. He has parked the 213 in pit road. Dylan Hauser still leading. He has increased that lead to... So, Clayton, Grant Wesley has stabilized that lead. That has been just a tick under 2 seconds here for the past probably 10 laps. We'll get a read this time by. Grant Wesley a little bit quicker last time by.
Yeah, a 16-1, a 16-1-1, and a 16-1-6 Grant Wesley compared to Dylan Hauser. So a 16-3 for Hauser that time by, and a 16-1 again for Grant Wesley. So he is finding something up top where it seems as if there is zero ability to run up there. Grant Wesley has definitely been able to go up there and figure it out. He's now chiseled that lead down to a 1.6 second lead. So again, man, like I said, he's got something in his bones that gives him that extra little bit of drive when he needs it. And we still have over 60 to go. You know, we're nowhere near the end of this, but seeing that Grant, he's down to a 1.4 now that time by, seeing Grant be able to narrow the lead down, you know, gives me a little bit of thought. You know, if he gets up there, it's one thing to catch somebody. They say it all the time, but it's a total different monster when it comes to actually passing that 2 car. So we'll see what kind of defense the 2 car will have to play.
Yeah,
if Grant can get back up to him.
You got to start thinking, is Dylan Hauser running a safer line with that almost 2 second lead? But back here for P3, 4, and 5, we were running 3 wide. That is Gibson, Billy Roberts, and Ryan Stillwell. That 9 car is hugging that inside wall. Billy Roberts running about a half car length higher. The 38 of Rick Gibson is able to separate himself from those 2. He pulls out into a solid P3. Billy Roberts now in P4. Ryan Stillwell, he is digging that bottom side.
Absolutely. And watching them the last 10, 15 laps 3 wide before they were able to separate, you saw, you know, the 3 wide ability to run just goes to show, you know, how much talent these guys actually have running like that. Grant Wesley has found something again for Dylan Hauser up front. 0.4 second lead at the line. He's coming.
And the 171 car may have played a role in that. Jake Henry goes a lap down to your leader, Dylan Hauser. Hauser's kind of running he gets into that outside wall. That will open the door for the 88. Hauser hit the outside wall hard that time by.
It's just, it's with the setups being, you know, it's the way dirt. That's why I love dirt racing. I'll go to it in real life. I'll run it on here. I'll watch it on Flow Racing all the time. It's my favorite motorsport event to watch, anything dirt, because of how much the track changes. You know, we saw Dylan look as if, you know, he would have led all 100 here, and now here comes Grant, having one of the only cars that can run consistently fast up top. He's coming for sure. Dylan's able to put a lap or 2 together here and there, but Grant is definitely coming, being able to run the top as consistent and as fast as he is right now.
Let's get a time this time by once again. Oh, Dylan Hauser quicker this time by 59.35 to a 16.165. So Hauser able to hold off that 88 that time by Rick Gibson is in a battle with the 99 car of Billy Roberts. Roberts working the bottom side hard. The 38 car is up high, up on the cushion there.
Dylan Hauser into the wall again, entering turn 3 bad. 16-6.
That spoiler is bent up 16.6, as you said, 88 to a 266. So, yeah, that spoiler on the outside of that 2 car is getting bent up as we go by.
Right, and the more he bends and folds away, you know, the more downforce he takes off that right rear, and the looser it will get going into the corners. So we'll see. You know, he keeps hitting it. He's not going to have a lot of bite being pushed down on that right rear. And Grant Wesley's been able to keep it very clean. If you look at the back of his car, there's maybe one bend in it compared to Dylan's. So he's definitely doing a good job saving his car for when he truly needs it. We'll see what he can do.
Billy Roberts in the 99. He's up to P3, trying to get by lap traffic. That is the 171 of Jake Henry. Rick Gibson in that 38 car is currently running P4. Ryan Stillwell in the 09 is P5. That is your top 5. Chris Cox now going to battle it out with the 24 of Gavin Chatham. You got Chatham down low, Chris Cox up high.
And don't look now, but Billy Roberts went from a 5-second gap to Grant Wesley in second. He's now narrowed it down to a 3.5. So Billy's running the middle line, completely slicked off, somehow is able to find a really good drive off the corner, and he's narrowing it down. He's keeping it about 3.5 seconds. So we'll see if he can maybe get something together and get up there to the top 2. With them racing, if they get together and start racing really hard, that's going to do nothing but slow them up for Billy and Rick Gibson here in the 38 to catch up, and maybe we'll have a 4-car battle for the lead by the end of this thing.
Yeah, Grant Wesley currently less than a second behind now, as Dylan Hauser in that 2 car still leads. We got lap traffic coming up. We'll see how that lap traffic plays into this. It looks like I'm watching that 88 car. He's running a little bit higher. Getting up on that cushion, getting a great run. I think we're about to have a race here in about 3 laps or so as Grant Wesley closes in. He was quicker, a 461 to a 203 that time by. Hauser into the outside wall a little bit. Grant Wesley is coming.
Right, and we have lap traffic just ahead of Dylan Hauser there running the same exact line, so it's going to force Dylan to go somewhere he's not comfortable running, possibly, and we'll see if Grant can capitalize. Grant's into the wall hard in between 3 and 4 there.
Grant will give up some of that ground that he made up. Now Dylan Hauser's going to battle it out with the 515. That is lap traffic. That is Chris Cox. Chris Cox down low. Hauser into the outside wall just a little bit. Hauser gets by lap traffic. Grant Wesley now. Let's see how his lap time's a lot slower that time by, Clayton.
Yeah, he looks very loose entering the corner now. I'm kind of wondering if that wall hit right there. It was pretty significant contact there. We'll see if he's got something potentially, tampering his drive off corner. Another 16 for that lap. He's dropped about 0.3 a second per lap now. He was almost 0.2 a second faster than Dylan, and he's fallen off a little bit.
Gibson able to get by Billy Roberts. Gibson continues to run that outside, so he's getting that outside working. Billy Roberts currently running the middle, as we talked about earlier. Not sure what's in that middle, but Billy Roberts found some traction in there. He slides up a little bit wide, but Rick Gibson able to take that final podium position in P3. That car doesn't look banged up too bad. Billy Roberts, the 99 car, that's about as clean as you're going to get in that 99 Gears Unlimited ride.
And how about the clean racing that we've had all race long? We've had one incident between teammates just misjudging the gaps between themselves. Everything else has been 3 wide battles that we've seen throughout this event, and there has not been very much contact at all between drivers. A lot of wall contact. The wall has definitely exceeded his incident limit this evening, but none of the drivers on track have caused anything, too out of the ordinary. 1 caution. We're already 66 laps into this thing. I mean, if we get a caution with 20 25 to go or so. I think it's going to make for a very, very good finish.
Yeah, Grant Wesley definitely needs a caution. He's 3.5 seconds behind Dylan Hauser in that number 2 machine. That's going to increase here to 4 seconds now. So it makes me wonder if that 2 car wasn't just biding his time. He gets into that wall once again on that right rear corner on lap 69 of 100.
Absolutely, and I think Dylan may have just been running that slower line for a while. Oh, Hauser just got very, very loose off of turn 2 there. Here comes Grant. But we'll see, was Dylan Hauser just running that to save his tire? Grant Wesley may have made that hard charge and got all the way up to him and lost his tire. We've seen that happen time and time again. And don't look now, but less than a second behind Grant Wesley is the 38 of Rick Gibson. So Rick Gibson's about to start putting on a fight for P2 here.
Yeah, Gibson coming off of that high side. Both those cars bent up, but it looks like Gibson is a little bit more stable in the center of the corners, which gives him a good drive off the corner here. 38 car to the rear bumper of the 88. Let's go on board with Gibson.
And you can see the hand movements of the 38 compared to the 88 of Grant Wesley. And Rick Gibson just looks super smooth. Here comes the slide job right here into 3. And he's going to keep it down low. Grant Wesley will clear him on the top side. But you can see Grant's hands are moving very, very active inside that car, sawing at the wheel. And Rick Gibson is more throw it in, catch it, and just hold. He's able to hold a nice smooth line. Gibson all the way up, slides up into the wall.
Gets into the outside wall.
And these guys, like I said, it's easy to catch them. It's a total different ball game when it comes to passing the car in front of you.
So Gibson now in P3, trying to give the 88 car a run for his money, putting the pressure on, just showing him that
Here
right
comes.
front end crossover coming from the 88. Down low goes Grant Wesley. Did he find something down low? Slide job, line. 38 with the crossover. It is Gibson at the line.
And he's going to clear him down the backstretch here, Joe. Rick Gibson up to P2.
Let's check times. Gibson with a 16.484, I think, last time by. Dylan Hauser with a 4.14. A 2.10 by Gibson.
Yeah, Rick Gibson, if he can get around this 2:15, I don't quite know if he's got enough laps left if we stay green. But you never know. If there's a caution, Rick Gibson looks very fast here towards the end of this race.
Dylan Hauser with your lead. Is he just backing off? He gets into that outside wall once again in that 2 car.
16.5 for Dylan Hauser, a 16.3 for Rick Gibson. He's averaging about 0.2 a second per lap faster than Dylan Hauser. He may be able to tally something up here and get close. Coming
Now,
to 20 to go.
Dylan into the wall once again, gets up behind the lap traffic of the 171 of Jake Henry. Gibson in the 38 machine. Both cars running that high side, as is Grant Wesley. Billy Roberts has fallen back in the 99. He continues to run that middle line. Billy Roberts trying to move up, currently in P4. Ryan Stillwell in the 09. He's running the bottom side. Chris Cox in the 515 is currently, what do you have, Chris Cox? How many laps down?
Chris Cox is 1 lap down.
1 lap down. So up front, Dylan Hauser, 16.383 to a 16.233 from second place, Rick Gibson. I don't know. We're running out of laps. Will Gibson have enough time to get there? Hauser into the outside wall. It seems like every corner, the 2 car up into the outside wall. Not much left on the right side of that car. Gibson in P2. They got about a straightaway distance. Let's go to the blimp cam here.
Rick Gibson went from a 4.06 that last lap down to a 3.8 second gap. So he's trying his best to get up there and find some kind of bite off of the top, and hoping that Grant or not Grant, I apologize. Dylan Hauser can get caught behind some lap traffic and change things up. Dylan Hauser with a 16.3. Rick Gibson off a 4 crosses the line with a 16.6. So Rick's car may be falling off as well. Maybe I don't know if he's burnt some tires up or if he's just been, running that wall. It's very dangerous up there. Once you catch it, it pulls the front end over and it kills your lap time. So 16.4 for Rick and a 16.3 for Dylan Hauser. Dylan Hauser's still able to put together some fast laps here.
Dylan Hauser started to pull away from the field. Was he just saving tires? You can see these cars into the outside wall every lap by. 38 hard into the wall that time. Will that open the door for the 88 of Grant Wesley? There's not a straight spoiler currently on the track as they beat that outside wall to death.
I can promise you the sheet metal company selling these body panels are going to make a lot of money tomorrow.
Dylan Hauser at the front of the field. Looks like he has clear sailing in front of him. Not sure how hard he'll push it here in the late laps. Gibson in P2 in the 38 machine. Grant Wesley in P3.
Yeah, and you see Rick Gibson's going to fight getting around this 171 possibly. Can he make it fit? Oh, he makes contact with the 171. Looks like we're going to stay green.
Bring out the caution. It does not. The 38 car gets into contact with lap traffic. That will give Grant Wesley P2 back. Now will Wesley, with only 8 laps left to go, have anything for Dylan Hauser? There's like a half lap difference between the two here. Over 6 seconds.
Yeah, I think if Dylan can just keep it clean and eliminate the wall hits that he's had throughout this, and it doesn't look like he'll catch the 09 of Ryan Stillwell to lap him by the end of this. I think this could be Dylan Hauser's race here with Grant Wesley 6 seconds back. I don't know. The real question is, will Rick Gibson have enough drive? We saw him catch Grant very easily with only 6 to go. Can Rick Gibson get back up there and fight Grant for P2 again?
Let's go on board and see what it's like on board that 38 machine. You can see him into the outside wall there. Bounces off of the corner right in front of Rick Gibson. He's trying to track down the 88 car.
Billy's asking race control if I've fallen asleep yet. A very long green flag run. But to be honest, I mean, we're only 27 minutes into this, so these guys have done an excellent job keeping it clean.
Yeah, that speaks for the invite-only league. Again, if you're out there and you want to race with Top Tier Racing League, if you get an invite, make sure you accept that. This is the quality of racing. As you heard, every 3 weeks you get a special event. This is the Eldora 100 laps for $500 cash, brought to you by MCRR Railroad. Like to thank them for coming on board. Dylan Hauser's the House of Speed sponsoring the Hard Charger Award, which is currently Billy Roberts in that 99 is tied with Dylan Hauser for the Hard Charger, and the Pull Award, which will go to Dylan Hauser. 1 lap to go. Dylan Hauser at the point. Got Grant Wesley in P2. Gibson in P3. We are coming to the podium. It is Hauser, Wesley, and Gibson. We will get a word with your top 3. Clayton, if you'd like to talk to Rick Gibson, I'll get Grant Wesley, and you can get Dylan Hauser. We will get a word with your top 3. We are going to get a picture with the top 5.
Stretch after these interviews and photos, and we'll take some photos of the whole field. Great race tonight, guys. Good show. Good job.
We will get a word with your top 3, or Clayton, are we taking the top 5?
Is Joe talking to the top 5 or just top 3?
We can take the top 5 for payouts.
Yeah, I just told Billy we could bring in the top 5. Everybody that received a payout. I'd like to talk to everybody that ran and was able to get themselves a little bit of a payday.
We will talk first to the 09 of Ryan Stillwell.
Just waiting for everybody to get over to the broadcast booth. What a race. These cars are filthy.
Yeah, there's not a straight spoiler on this track. I wish I was in the spoiler business come tomorrow here on iRacing.
I'm telling you, man.
We got Dylan Hauser in the booth. We got Billy Roberts in the booth, waiting on the 09 of Ryan Stillwell to join us. '09 of Stillwell. He fell back 2 from the start. There is Ryan Stillwell, the 09 car of Ryan Stillwell. Ryan, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, walk us through your night. That was a long one.
Yeah, it was a long, brutal one. Lap 50, I was praying for a caution for a break, honestly, but we got all the way through it. No real major hiccups. Driver made a few errors, but we were fast out of the gate. Set second time in quali, finished the first in the heat, and just got beat out by my teammates there in the feature. Got to thank a lot of people, though, because Dylan Hauser actually sent me a setup right there before the start of it, and I decided to put it in, and it was really good. The driver just wasn't able to handle it, but
I think you handled it just fine. It was a top 5 here at Eldora. 100 laps around this joint. Man, great run by you. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
like I said, Dylan Hauser, House of Speed, for giving me that setup for tonight for the feature, and then my team, Animal Racing, Rick, Grant, and all those guys, and Zane. They help every week keep us going, and then all the great admins and everybody here for putting on a great show, and Joe for you always doing an outstanding broadcast.
Yeah, man. Congratulations on your payday. So that check will be in the mail. So congratulations, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Billy Roberts moves up 3 from his start. Clayton, you with Billy?
Yeah, Billy, how you doing, man? Congrats on the top 5 there, making a little bit of money tonight. How did the track feel going, further and further into the race? Where were you able to find some speed and make a late charge like that?
Well, I was listening to Dylan tell me where to go. But
smart.
I made it on the bottom a lot, and then I moved up to the middle, and then there towards the last, I just moved back down to the bottom because I just didn't want to spin myself out.
Absolutely. And how did you feel running that 3-wide battle there with Rick Gibson and Stillwell for about 10, 15 laps? Were you nervous at all, waiting for some contact in that race, in that situation?
I really wasn't worried about the contact with either one of them guys. I was just trying not to get myself into them. But I ran that whole race half throttle, most of the whole race. So
awesome. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Any sponsors, any shout outs you'd like to call? Anybody you'd like to thank for tonight?
Yep. I'd like to thank Gears Unlimited, of course, my company. I'd like to thank all the guys that we race with, you guys, House of Speed, Joe for always broadcasting it, and all the guys I race with. This is just a fun night. Everybody's very clean. It's just a great league, and I just hope we keep growing it and making it better.
Absolutely. The way this is looking, man, I can't wait to see what the future holds for this league. congrats on the hard charger award too. So it looks
Yeah.
like you may be getting some more Dylan Hauser House of Speed setups in the mail.
I'd like to thank Mike Vitale for not putting enough gas in.
Yeah, that was a bummer. We saw him pull in. I thought he had too much damage with there not being a fast repair, and I brought him up, and that's when he told us he forgot to change the setup. So at least he called his shot with finishing last.
Yes, he did.
You
But
know, Mikey
we
did
told
so
him he
good
should have
in the
doubled down.
booth. Mikey did so good in the booth. We might have to have him retire those keys and get up in the booth here.
Well, shit, he'd be money ahead.
Great run, my friend.
Thank
Good
you,
job
Joe.
tonight, Billy.
Yeah, man.
Thanks.
Rick Gibson in the 09, brand new to top tier racing league. Rick, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Man, that 38 looked pretty good, man. It looks like it kind of fell off late. Give us your thoughts from the seat.
Yeah, starting off was pretty good throughout qualifying heats. Felt like we got something pretty good under us, and then 100 lapper, you got to really set these things up for quite a long race. So I think it just kind of started going away there a little bit, but overall, I'm pleased with the outcome, really.
Yeah, man. First race, you'd be on the podium regardless. We took 5 tonight, but that 38 got a payday. So welcome to the show, my friend. Did you have anything for Grant Wesley? You got up into the wall there late. Wesley was able to get by. Do you think if we had 150 laps, could you have got him?
Yeah, well, actually, I got past Grant there pretty good, and I just got tangled up with a lap car there on the front stretch coming out of 4, so that kind of halted the process there of trying to get up there with Dylan, or try to at least, and then just after that, Grant got around me, so that, and Billy was knocking on my door as well, so it was pretty intense there at the end.
Yeah, man. Clayton and I were talking. We need to go into the iRacing spoiler business because, man, there is not a single car in that top 5 that didn't have a spoiler that was all bent out of shape. So great run, man. Welcome to the show in that 38. Put it on the podium. Who do you want to thank for your drive to podium finish?
Well, I want to thank you guys for doing all that you do, coming out and broadcasting. All the admins here. From what I've seen, watching on YouTube, and from my other teammates, Grant Wesley and Ryan Stillwell, who run with you guys weekly, it seems really, really good, and your name's not far from it, top tier. So I want to thank you guys for coming out and all the admins doing that. And then, my teammates back at Animal Racing, Grant Wesley, Ryan Stillwell, Zane Walters, and yeah.
Yeah, man, you got to check the cash. So we're going to see you next week to add on to that money paid out here by Top Tier Racing League.
Yeah, my daughter has a dance class on Tuesdays, so I can't really make the league races. I wish I really could, but family comes first. So I definitely would like to run it, but it's just one of those things.
Yeah, man, had 3 kids myself. Totally get the family comes first. Great run. Thanks for coming out. The 38 car put on a great show tonight, man, and hope you show up when you can.
Yeah, likewise. We'll try. And Joe, I heard you earlier, but I want to thank you as well for your service. So it's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, man, absolutely was a pleasure. Great run, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man. Dylan, Grant Wesley in the booth.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Hey, Grant, you got us, bud? Hey, man, what'd you think there towards the end of that run? Watching you tick away, 2 to 3 tenths a lap, catching Dylan Hauser. Did you think you had anything for him? Further into the race?
Oh man, that's Dylan Hauser. He's one tough cat. We've all watched him run in the Pro Series, and he's one of the hardest to beat. And he runs that House Speed setup shop. So my car was great, man. It was so fast. Around between lap 20 and 40ish. I felt like I had something for him. I was really pumped. I think I psyched myself out a little bit, and I just overstepped my boundary. As the track slicked off. this track's just so tedious whenever you're on the top side, you're up next to the wall, and just overstepped my boundaries and damaged the car a little bit. And I was just trying to hold on after that, but had a pretty good race.
Yeah, man. Sorry about that. Being interviewed by the wifey for the evening. But how did you feel seeing the 38, seeing Rick Gibson into the wall with that lapped car? Did you have for a second there a thought that you were going to be involved in that one, or did you feel pretty clear slinging it down to the bottom like you did?
Oh geez, yeah. My heart sank whenever I seen that happen to Rick. Rick's my teammate. I seen him coming there. I knew I was injured, and but wasn't just gonna let him go. I was gonna fight him for it and put on a show. And we did a few sliders back and forth, and then after he got by me, like you said, that lapper kind of put him in the wall a little bit. I didn't see exactly what happened. Yeah, I was a little afraid I was going to get caught up in it, so I just, cracked the throttle and tried to roll the bottom just to try to clear the chaos. And yeah, we stayed out of it. It sucks for him though.
I thought seriously that we were going to have a caution and you were gonna have one good shot at Dylan with that incident, but everybody rolled away from it no problem, and there was no need. But if you would have gotten a caution for that, do you feel as if you would have been able to possibly get around him with about 20-25 to go and keep him behind you?
Oh man, hey, yeah. If there was a late race restart, I sure would have tried. I definitely, man, I would have threw everything at him I had. But who knows?
Awesome. Anybody you'd like to thank for this evening?
Yeah, I'd like to. I guess first off, here for this first crown jewel for top tier. I'd like to thank Dylan Hauser and House of Speed. I know they sponsored this event a little bit with a hard charger and a pole award there. I'd also like to thank MSCRR Railroad Bridge Repair. Uh, Thank you guys for sponsoring this event. It really means a lot. Um, I'd like to thank Joe. Uh, you with Got Your Six Network. You do an awesome job with the broadcast, and Clayton and Jaden. You guys are awesome with putting this league on and everything you guys do. Uh,
We appreciate it, man. You guys deserve the best. We're doing our best for y'all. It's a good show. We love to see it.
yeah, and I'd like to thank my teammates at Animal Racing, Rick Gibson and Ryan Stillwell, Zane Walters. He's not here, but thanks to all those guys. We test and run a lot together and mesh really well. I'd like to thank my friends and family for watching, and my girlfriend Brittany.
Awesome. Always have to thank the misses. I don't know of a lot of them that would let us play on these things at 9-10 o'clock at night. Hell, mine gets mad when I make it past about midnight. I start getting texts from the other side of the house. So that's always good to have a good support system.
Oh
Happy for
yeah,
you, man.
yeah. It's because of her that you guys have to put up with me.
Heck yeah. Go make mama some shopping money. You did tonight, man. Go get her a new purse or something. Good job.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Anytime, brother. You take care. Have a good one.
Dylan Hauser in the number 2 car. He starts on the outside of row number 2. Dylan, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you. What's happening?
Man, first of all, thank you for your sponsorship of this first crown jewel from Top Tier Race Control. You sponsored the Heart Charger and the Pole Award. So, man, greatly appreciated for that. Walk us through your night. Clayton and I were talking throughout the night that maybe you were backing off a little bit and running a safe line when you got the big lead as the second place car closed in a few times. We saw him run a few quicker laps. Walk us through your night, man. Were you holding off there in the end to save what you had for the end?
Yeah, I just try to keep the car underneath me, keep it straight, keep it clean. I ran the middle majority of the race, just not going up there and risking tearing stuff up. So, once they reeled me in, I would kind of get up there, put it up against the fence, open the gap back up, and then move back down, just to be smart, safe, not risk it.
Yeah, man, that 2 car was super quick, man. So, do you think if you would have got a restart, would you have run the top again, or would you have stayed in that middle?
I would have ran the top the first 5 or 7 laps, just try to put a distance between me and second. If I couldn't get a distance, we would just try to run it even better, move our lines around a little bit. I know the middle 3 and 4 is always pretty good, so maybe go top 1 and 2, middle 3 and 4, and just try to keep a gap between you and second place and bring it on home.
Yeah, man. So talk to us a little bit about the House of Speed. What is the House of Speed all about?
So yeah, pretty much we sell setups for iRacing. I think majority of the field was on my setup tonight. We sell the real stuff, the fastest stuff out. I build all the setups, and if you're looking to take this a little more serious and race at the highest level, these are some of the best setups you could get. So it's what I run in a lot of the money races. I've won World of Outlaw races that are Pro Series. I've won VLR races that pay 2 grand to win. I've won a lot of races on here in 10 years of experience, all packed into a little file.
Yeah, man. So tell me, how many hours a week? We know that setup shops out there aren't necessarily cheap, but what actually goes into that? How many hours do you figure a week you spend on setting setups or doing setups for other folks?
I say anywhere from 20 to 40 at least. I'm on here about 6 to 8 hours a day. It's pretty much, I'm starting school again, so it's pretty much a full-time job. Do this, go to school, do this, go to school, just keep it on a schedule. I'm moving to Tampa, Florida, so it's we spend a lot of time building setups, and whenever I'm not building setups, I got guys that are always testing, also learning stuff. We bounce ideas off each other and just try to get things fast so we can get them.
Yeah, man. So tell us about school. You're going back to school. Where are you headed?
Tampa, Florida. I'm gonna try to become a jeweler, so we'll see if we can get it done.
A jeweler.
Yep.
Well, I wasn't expecting to hear that, but congratulations, man. Where are you from currently? You're moving to Tampa. Where are you from
Yeah,
originally?
I'm from Florida right now. I live in Florida, so I'm traveling 2 hours south. I'm from Ocala.
Man, congratulations on your win in that two car. Who would you like to thank for your drive to victory lane?
Yeah, this House of Speed iRacing setup, so you guys should put the league on. Billy Roberts for sponsoring me, Gears Unlimited. LTX Homes. There's a list of people. Like I said, the league, the broadcast. It was a great league tonight. Great show. All the drivers are coming out supporting it. And LTX Homes, Ace Graphics, 3D Racing, Cocky Floyd Consulting, Dirty South Speed Shop, House of Speed, Gears Unlimited. And like I said, we'll be back next week.
Yeah, man. So I gotta ask, you drive a real car?
Oh no, I mean I've traveled up and down the road with quite a few of the top guys in late model racing: Bobby Pierce, Bloomquist, Kyle Strickler. I've worked for a lot of those guys. I've drove some of their cars, practice days, but never really raced.
Yeah. So, man, and I'm chuckling a little bit here. Did you hear Bloomquist's interview on Dale Jr.'s Dirty Mo this week?
Yep. I knew that was happening for a while. I was with Scott some last week, and he was in Charlotte doing an interview with Dale, so pretty neat.
Man, that shit is insane. I am actually out in California, so to hear that he migrated out this way, man, I thought that interview was absolutely fantastic, man. Wasn't a fan before it, and now I'm a huge fan, man. But tonight, the night belongs to that number 2 car. Congratulations on your victory of the first top tier race control crown jewel.
Yep, appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, man. Have a good night.
You too, buddy.
All right, Clayton, last thoughts.
First off, going back on that Scott Bloomquist interview, if you ask him, aliens are real.
Yeah,
So that was
get in the saucer, not the
yeah,
cigar shaped one.
not the cigar shaped one.
That dude
was a
fits in
heck of an interview.
California. He fits in California. I'm telling you right now.
Back on the racing side of it though, like we discussed very early, just the high side was gonna go away, and we were gonna see who had the courage to get up there and run. And how I don't know how Dylan Hauser kept it running with how much he hit it. Grant Wesley was able to find something up there late. Rick Gibson was able to find something. So it was really cool to see that some of the guys, Billy Roberts from 7th to 4th, and he didn't go to the high side, but maybe 3 or 4 times the whole race. So there was definitely multiple lanes you could have ran, but the high side, as shown, was the dominant one. And other than that, really just super clean racing. I love the group of guys that we have. I love the competition that they have. Dylan Hauser is a heck of a guy to offer his setups, and like he said, that's got to be. I could only imagine that's got to be an incredible feeling knowing that the whole field is on your setup. When you work for people like he does, he's definitely got the knowledge, and he lives 20 minutes up the street from where I grew up. Ocala's 20, 30 minutes north of where I was born and raised. So really cool to see a local boy like that able to work with some of the hot shots and to you know, be able to produce something that good and that good of a product on the sim for a lot of good people.
Yeah, man, what a great show. Man, thank you. This is our first night in the booth with Top Tier. Thank you for joining me, man. I think it was a great success. Enjoyed the night. The racing was absolutely fantastic. Thank you for Top Tier for putting this show on. Billy Roberts from Gears Unlimited, MCRR Railroad, as you'll hear or as you heard, they do some work on railroad bridges. Being a contracting officer for the Department of the Interior, I have hired a couple of railroad bridge builders. So thank you for that. They are the sponsor of that $500 payout. Dylan Hauser for the Hard Charger and the Pull Award tonight. So greatly appreciated. Clayton, thank you for joining me, my friend. Am I going to see you Friday night?
I will be there for sure. I don't have duty until next Sunday, so any event from now to then, I am there.
Right on,
I love
ladies
it.
and gentlemen. That is a wrap for tonight. Again, here at Got Your Six Racing Network, we are racing for awareness of veterans issues. If you are a veteran out there and you not sure where to turn, it does not matter. Please reach out to someone and let them know. There are great companies and organizations out there. You can reach out to any of the organizations that we play on our promos here tonight. And most of all, thank you all for your service. Everyone else, we will see you Friday night back here on Got Your Six Racing Network. And we will be back live with the regular 3-race series next week for Top Tier. Until then, we thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
1, 2, 3. Love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way